asshole of the week, our first asshole of the week for 2023. I think it's got to be Mike Clevinger.
I mean, from consistency standpoint, we didn't we didn't let Trevor Bauer have his piece. We just said, hey, this guy's asshole of the week for
several
what he
time
did.
asshole of the week. Trevor Bauer fits into a similar category with now Mike Clevinger. New signing for your White Sox. I forget the date he was signed, but signed for a 1-year deal, $12.5 million.
Yep. 8 million guaranteed, 4 million buyout thing.
A buyout for next year.
Yeah,
So it'd be
yeah,
2 years. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, though, before they signed him, they were unaware that he was under investigation for domestic violence and child abuse.
Yeah, I feel like
It's so weird that they wouldn't know about that. Nobody knew about that. So
the latest story, which was updated on 125 on ESPN, is the Padres knew. Obviously,
when did they know?
Uh,
While he was a Padre, then. So I mean, that was last year. I mean, there's no way the White Sox couldn't have known if the Padres knew.
Apparently the Padres knew. They didn't obviously call the White Sox and say FYI.
But the White Sox are saying they didn't know.
That's MLB says the White Sox didn't know.
Okay, so I guess we're not gonna roast. We're not calling the White Sox assholes of the week because they didn't know. But should they have known? Is the question.
Well, I guess it goes through like when you have to ask players now. By the way, do you have any MLB misconduct? Like I don't know. I don't know what
there's a balance. It feels like MLB should have told them, but
yes,
if it's just an investigation, you're kind of convicting the guy. He wouldn't, obviously they wouldn't sign him. No one would sign him if they made a broad announcement that Mike Clevenger's under investigation. I'm sure there's the players union has fought for that right, not to have those things exposed, but at the same time, it fucks the organization. But so I guess that's why we're certainly not going to make the White Sox or Rick Hahn assholes of the week. But if these allegations are true, it is a slam dunk once again for another asshole of the week to be a fucking moron and abuses his girlfriend and even his daughter, 1-year-old daughter, or
allegedly he threw chew.
Yeah, like spit
on
juice.
Her head, on her head or something.
Yeah.
Here's the main difference between this story and the Trevor Bauer story.
Yeah, there's a lot of differences, but
like the main is the Trevor Bauer story was filed with the police department.
Mm-hmm.
This story, this woman, this accuser has not ever filed anything with the police. Instead, she took to Instagram and contacted MLB,
mm-hmm.
which sounds, if we're playing both sides, sounds a little bit like a shakedown to me. But
we don't know the motive. We don't know the situation. Don't know everything about it, and that's why we're probably irresponsible by calling him Mike Clevinger asshole of the week before. But we're just a podcast. We call him an asshole, so get over it. But if he's again, yeah, we're in reckless speculation mode, but there seems to be a pattern, though. I mean, Mike Clevinger is a former asshole of the week. We know, he does not make the best decisions
exactly, and that's where the doubt comes in.
Right, he does not get the benefit of the doubt, I guess, is the point.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, he's. I've read in some places he's well known as a bad dude. I mean, it's no secret that he's a jerk, but whether he's actually abusing women and children is another question. But I don't know. It's just another gross thing. It's the last thing your White Sox needed after a tumultuous 2 years that kicked off with Tony La Russa being hired without your general manager knowing he was had another DUI. Your owner knew at the time, I guess, but now this comes up after you're trying to wipe the slate clean after that last 2 years of La Russa madness. You got your new manager trying to turn the page. this pops up out of nowhere. No one, people did not see this coming necessarily. So it's just a brutal way. And you don't even have Sox Fest. There's no positive vibes happening. It's gotta be a frustrating experience to be a White Sox fan.
Liam Hendricks has cancer.
Yeah.
You don't know, like, what's our rotation? Now that's in question. Where I thought it was like, all right, it's a pretty solid rotation, especially, with if some
everyone's
of the
healthy,
everyone's healthy. Yeah, it's a solid rotation with Clevinger, and now that's in question. So
what do you do then? What do you do with Clevinger if you're Rick Hahn right now? I think you have to wait. You just
I don't
wait.
Yeah, and I don't think, like,
does he show his face at spring training? I mean,
I think he does.
Oh boy,
I don't know. Or I don't know if you just do they put him on like the Trevor Bauer program?
Well, he was officially suspended eventually. The team, I think, as far as I remember, the timeline of events was the team suspended him with pay. And then he eventually got suspended by Major League Baseball for it was supposed to be 2 years, but ended up being 140, 150 games.
No, the team didn't suspend him. The MLB put him on that
leave. It was administrative leave or
administrative leave, so he would get paid.
The keys he got paid, but he could not. Right.
Yeah.
Again, that's a police investigation and a MLB investigation. So I'm thinking MLB is gonna have to do something one way or the other before spring training, and that's in 2 weeks. So I think there's gonna be more news about this. I don't know how they wrap things up that quickly or what they have to do to finish their investigation. But even if he's exonerated, this is always going to be in the back of everyone's head. It's just a fucking nightmare. I don't know, like, his first start at Sox Park. What's that scene going to be like? Even if somehow he's exonerated, and all of a sudden we've all been wrong all along that he's a great guy, and we just were misled by whatever. So, don't they have to cut him?
I don't know.
If they cut him, here's the scenario as I understand it. If they cut him, they still have to pay him. Again, it's $12 million, or maybe it's just $8 million. Or no, I guess with the buyout, it would have to be the full 12.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a loophole in there because of the situation, but probably not. But do you just cut your losses and move forward? Like,
I think you kind of have to. I mean, but then what? Who's filling out your rotation? Are there free agents on the market still?
Well, now we're back to, Martin Davis or Davis Martin, whatever the fuck his name is, probably. Who's left? I mean, they did. I feel like they did sign. They did sign some guys to minor league deals. So I think, think they're hedging their bets right now.
Yeah, I think they have to.
But I don't like. I don't know. Up? Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know what you do.
What would you do if you have to make a decision tonight on this podcast? I mean, I would lean towards cutting him and then figuring something out. Or do you deal with the PR nightmare and just say, "Hey, we've dealt with other shit. What we can deal with this."
I mean, if there was if there was a police report filed, no doubt, I would just be like, cut the dude.
Yeah.
You made a mistake. You didn't know, which I think is, I wonder if there's a loophole there. Is that information you should be allowed to withhold before someone is going to sign you. I
Mm.
mean, it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Well, I think you asked a similar question that kind of goes down this same path when you posted a one of our famous a-hole Twitter polls.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
I forget how did you write that up?
I wrote it up. I'm gonna paraphrase it because it's quite long, but it was, hey, the Dodgers are gonna cut Trevor Bauer. You're gonna be able to get him for the league minimum.
Because the Dodgers are
Just,
paying the rest of his
yeah,
salary.
yeah. So you're gonna get him for 750, right? 750,000. Do you sign him? And the answers were yes, it legitimizes 2023, or no, too much baggage. Oddly enough, I really thought it was going to be like 70-30, 75-25 no. It was
Mm,
49 yes, 51 no.
wow. And that was posted well before the Clevenger news came
Yeah,
out.
that was about 2 weeks before the Clevenger
Well,
news.
obviously this is a small sample size, but that gives you a little bit of a barometer of how Sox fans might feel about a similar situation to a player that is on the roster with Mike Clevinger, which, to your point, there's no police report filed, so it's different on, like we said, different on many levels, but maybe it would be a little more palatable than Trevor Bauer even, which is almost is 50-50 at now. So I think obviously they have to wait. I think they wait on Clevenger, wait to make a decision. Hopefully, this whole situation is forced MLB to expedite the process to figure out what they're going to do, and then it might take the decision right out of Rick Hahn's hands. But if that's not the case, it's going to be an interesting first day when pitchers and catchers report, let alone the first spring training game. And then opening day, and then potentially the first start for Mike Clevinger in a White Sox uniform.
So here's the other part that's interesting from the Padres' point of view.
Mm,
Is he pitched all of last year? She contacted MLB last summer.
wow. And this has just come to light now.
Yeah.
Well, again, that's the same thing. Like MLB, and it's probably written in the collective bargaining agreement that the players fought for, is like this stuff, allegations can't come out until they're actually vetted, because it hurts the player. Just like you said, it could be any kind of accusation against anybody for anything, but those can't come out immediately because they haven't been investigated yet. So it certainly, it's not like the Padres were going to suspend him the moment that happened. um it's just a fucking tricky thing, but you would think somehow, if the Padres, this is what I'm confused about, how the Padres knew but nobody else knew. Like if one major league team knows, then all major league teams should know at the same time, because they were all fighting, they're all vying for his free agent services. So
Yeah.
it
Well,
doesn't
not
seem
the
fair.
Padres.
Well, that's the thing. If they knew about it and didn't tell anybody, that's a competitive disadvantage they're putting everyone else at. But
Exactly.
maybe that shit happens all the time with, I guess,
It
maybe
could happen for health things they try to get
yeah, it's true.
past them.
Word Hole Media.